Baik, halo semua. Balik lagi bersama Iqbal di sini dan kita akan melanjutkan pengerjaan tugas saya, yaitu seperti biasa bahasa Inggris matematika. Dan untuk kali ini adalah presentasi, maksudnya PPT presentasi pertemuan ke-12 ya. Nah, seperti biasa kita mulai dari vocabulary dulu. Untuk topik pertemuan sekarang itu adalah trigonometri ya. Nah, jadi untuk tiga kosakata pertama itu berhubungan dengan tiga hal yang mungkin paling sering ketemu di trigonometri, yaitu sin, cos, dan tan ya. Nah, kita mulai dari sin dulu, atau bahasa Inggris itu sin, baca sin. Kalau dalam bahasa Indonesia itu artinya sin, kepanjangannya itu sinus. Nah, jadi sinus atau si sin ini adalah misalkan kita punya ini kan kita punya sudut segitiga siku-siku ya. Ya, trigonometri itu cuma berlaku di sudut siku-siku segitiga siku-siku ya. Nah, misalkan kita punya segitiga siku-siku, terus kita punya misalkan sudut di sini, sudut alfa. Nah, sudut alfa itu misalkan kita mau nyari sinnya, sin dari alfa. Itu berarti sudut depan dari alfa dibagi dengan maksudnya sisi depan dari sudut alfa dibagi dengan sisi miringnya. Nah, itu untuk sin. Nah, lalu next itu ada namanya, kalau dalam bahasa Inggris itu cosine, tapi kalau dalam bahasa Indonesia itu namanya cos ya. Kalau kepanjangannya itu cosinus. Nah, cos ini kayak tadi kita punya sudut ya. Nah, cos dari sudut itu adalah sisi sisi sampingnya dibagi dengan sisi miring. Nah, lalu ada yang namanya tangent. Tangent ini di bahasa Inggris tangent ya. Kalau di bahasa Indonesia itu artinya tan. Nah, tan atau tangan ya. Lengkapnya itu tangan. Nah, si tangan ini itu adalah nilai dari sisi depan dibagi sisi samping. Nah, lalu soal sisi depan, sisi samping, sisi miring, itu tadi tergantung di mana sudut yang kita pakai ya. Nah, ini ada ininya ya, ada istilah-istilahnya ya. Nah, ada hypotenuse, ada opposite, sama adjacent. Nah, hypotenuse itu sisi miring, opposite itu sisi yang berhadapan atau sisi depan, dan adjacent itu adalah sisi samping ya. Nah, dan ini tergantung dari sudut yang kita pakai. Misalkan ini alfa. Nah, dari alfa sisi depannya itu adalah si A ini. Nah, lalu sisi samping atau adjacentnya itu si B. Lalu hipotenuse atau sisi miringnya itu si H ya. Nah, misalkan juga kita misalkan kita punya sudutnya itu di sini. Kita anggap aja sudut beta ya. Kita anggap aja sudut beta. Nah, berarti kalau kita ambilnya sudut beta, sisi depannya itu si B, sedangkan sisi sampingnya itu si A. Nah, kalau sisi miringnya tetap si H sih ya. Nah, itu untuk hypotenuse, opposite, sama adjacent. Nah, berikutnya ada ini sudut-sudut ya. Pertama ada angle of elevation. Nah, itu dalam bahasa Inggris, tapi kalau dalam bahasa Indonesia itu artinya sudut elevasi. Nah, sudut elevasi itu adalah ini misalkan ada garis lurus ya. Garis lurus, terus ada satu garis yang memotong atau ya ada dua garis yang bertemu di satu titik, itu membentuk suatu sudut ya. Nah, jika sudutnya itu sudutnya itu menghadap ke atas, nah itu disebut sebagai the angle of elevation atau sudut elevasi. Sedangkan kebalikannya, dan contoh yang sama juga. Nah, sedangkan kebalikannya, jika ada dua garis yang bertemu atau berpotongan dan membentuk suatu sudut, dan sudutnya itu menghadap ke bawah ya. Kalau tadi kan ke atas yang elevasi. Nah, sedangkan kalau dia menghadap ke bawah itu namanya dalam bahasa Inggris itu artinya angle of depression, atau kalau dalam bahasa Indonesia artinya sudut depresi. Nah ya, ada perbandingannya di sini. Lalu ada yang namanya perpendicular axis, atau dalam bahasa Indonesia itu artinya sumbu tegak lurus. Nah, sumbu tegak lurus ini adalah misalkan ada dua garis yang berpotongan. Nah, lalu dia berpotongannya itu membentuk ini kayak gini, ada di contoh ini. Dia membentuk sudut 90 derajat ya. Nah, ini akan menjadi sumbu tegak lurus. Nah, lalu yang terakhir itu adalah Pythagorean theorem, atau kalau dalam bahasa Indonesia itu artinya teorema Pythagoras ya. Nah, teorema Pythagoras adalah suatu teorema atau cara yang digunakan untuk mencari panjang dari sisi suatu segitiga siku-siku ya. Nah, ini. Dan dia cuma bisa dipakai di segitiga siku-siku saja. Nah, untuk rumus umumnya itu adalah apa ini? A kuadrat tambah B kuadrat itu sama dengan H kuadrat. Nah, maksudnya itu atau kalau yang lebih umumnya itu sisi depan dikuadratkan ditambah sisi samping dikuadratkan itu sama dengan sisi miring yang dikuadratkan ya. Itu kalau dimasukkan ke rumus trigonometri. Dan ada lagi kah vocabulary-nya? Oh, udah habis. Nah, vocabulary udah habis, kita masuk ke soal-soal ya, dan kita pakai bahasa Inggris mulai dari sekarang. Alright, so the first problem is we have a triangle here. Okay, we have a triangle here, and for acute angle sine E is equal to 5 per the root of 41, and cotangent E is equal to 8 per 10. Find the values of the other four trigonometric ratios. So in this triangle, there are two known ratio for this triangle. In total, there are 6. Okay, there are 6 ratios. So first we know which is sine, and then cosine, and then tangent. From that tree, it could be also reversed. So the sine can be reversed into cosec. The cosine could be reversed into sec, and tangent could be reversed into cotangent. So we from this triangle we will use those trigonometric ratios to find the other values. So first, which is the sine of E. Okay, this sine is opposite divided by hypotenuse, right? Which we know from before. We already know that it is 5 per the root of 41. So the opposite is 5. The hypotenuse is the root of 41. And then the cosine is, the adjacent divided by the hypotenuse. We didn't know the adjacent yet, but we know the hypotenuse, so we'll just write it as a per the root of 41. And then for the tangent, tangent of E, which is the opposite of it, divided by the adjacent. We know the adjacent, but we know the opposite already, but we don't know the adjacent, so we just write it down as 5 per A. And then we know the three main ratios. Let's find the reverse. First is the cosec, which is if the sign is opposite per hypotenuse, then cosec is hypotenuse per opposite. So it will be the root of 41 per 5. And then for the sec, which is the reverse of cosine, it will be the hypotenuse divided by adjacent, and then it will be the root of 41 per A, because we don't know the adjacent yet. And then for the cotangent, which is the reverse of tangent, it will be the adjacent divided by the opposite. We know the opposite, which is 5, and we'll write it down as A per 5. Right. From the problem, we know that the cotangent of E is 8 per 10. So inserting it into an equation, which is cotangent E is equal to A per 5, and it's also equal to 8 per 10. We cross multiply this, it will be 10A equals to 40. Then we will, what is it? We will simplify this by dividing both sides by 10, and we got the adjacent of this, the adjacent of E is 4. So now we could substitute this adjacent into other trigonometric ratios, so we will find the values of them. Okay, so first we already have the sine and cosec, so the others we didn't know yet is this, the cosine, the sec, the tangent, and the cotangent. First the cosine, which is a per 40, a per the root of 41. We got the a of 4, so it will be 4 divided by the root of 41. And then the tangent, which is 5 per a, we got the a of 4, so the tangent of E will be 5 per 4. And then the second, and then the sec, it's the root of 41 per a. We got the a of 4, it will be the root of 41 divided by 4. And then cotangent, which is what is it? We got it as a per 5. We got the a of 4, and it will be 4 per 5. Right. Let's check. Is the, what is it? Is the ratio true? We'll check it using what is it? Pythagorean theorem. So the, what is it? The opposite powered by 2, and the and the, what is it? The adjacent powered by 2. Add them. It will be equal to the square of the root of 41, which is the square of hypotenuse. All right, it will be 16 plus 25, and it's equal to 41. So it's consistent with the Pythagorean theorem. Right, so we completed this problem, and that's it for the problem from the video. So next it will be all right, it will be the problem from the book. It will be chapter 4, example 13. So okay, so the problem is, a young tourist visiting Washington DC is awed by the size of the Washington Monument, which is 555 feet tall. The tourist, who is 5 feet tall, is standing 50 yards from the monument. at what angle to the nearest degree is she elevating her head when she looks at the top of the monument? So the solution is wait, we take notes of what we know from the problem. First is the tourist is standing 50 yards away from the monument. 1 yard is 3 feet, so 50 yard will be 150 feet. And then the height of the Washington Monument is 555 feet tall, and then the height of the tourist is 5 feet. So if we just if we want to measure it from the top of her head, so we subtract the height of the monument and the tourist height, so it will be 550 feet. So, and then we know the key points in the problem. We could draw it here. Okay, so it will be like this. The diagram will be like this. Yeah, it's like a triangle, exactly. And then we will we will find how much degree is x, and then we got the opposite of x, and then we got the adjacent of x. We will use tangent. Okay, tangent of x, which is the opposite per per adjacent. It will be the 550 divided by 150, and tangent x degree will be 3.6667. right? So it's not the it's not the angle yet. All right, it's the the value of the tangent. So to find the angle, we need to inverse the tangent, right? So the x will be the inverse tangent of this 3.6667. I'm sure you maybe we will find help with calculator maybe. And the inverse tangent of this is 74.7 degrees, and the problem requires us to find it to the nearest degree. We round it up and it will be 75 degrees. So the angle to the nearest degree when she elevates her head when she looks at the top of the monument is 75 degree. And that's it for the example 13. Next is chapter 4, example 14. And the problem is the diagonal of a rectangle is 8 inches long and makes a 30 degree with the longer side. What is the perimeter of the rectangle? So the solution is we draw a diagram based on the problems, right? This is a rectangle. There's a diagonal which is 8 inches long, and the longer side makes 30 degrees. So and then to find a perimeter, we need to find the the shorter side and the longer side. So the shorter side, which is this AD, is the opposite side of 30 degrees, and we have we have the hypotenuse. So to find AD, we could use sine. Okay, so sine 30 degree is equal to AD per BD. BD is 8, so then we cross multiply, and AD is equal to 8 times the sine of 30 degrees. The sine of 30 degrees is 1 per 2 or a half, okay? And calculating that, we got AD of 4. Right. We got 4. Good. And then we got AD already. Next, we will use Pythagorean theorem to find the adjacent side, which is Pythagorean theorem. The square of hypotenuse is equal to the square of the opposite plus the square of the adjacent. So we got BD of 8 and AD of 4. The square of 8 is 64 and the square of 4 is 16. We do some calculation here by swapping to the left and the right, and we got the square AB is 64 minus 16, and we got square AB of 48. To find just AB, we put roots in both sides. Okay, the root of square AB is AB, and the root of 48 is equal to 4 times the root of 3. So we got AB of 4 times the root of 3. Right, we got the longer side, we got the shorter side. Then we could find the perimeter, right? So the perimeter will be 2 times AD plus AB. AD is 4 and AB is 4 times the root of 3. We use, what is it? Distributive rule, if I remember correctly, and it will be 8 plus 8 times the root of 3. So the conclusion is the perimeter of the rectangle is 8 plus 8 times the root of 3. And that's it for example 14. And the last problem, which is example 15, chapter 4. What is the exact area of a square whose diagonal is 8 inches? So the solution is obviously, which to draw the diagram based on the problem, we got a square here, and then we have a diagonal here, which is 8 inch long. And why there is 45 degrees here as an angle? Wait, let me flip the camera first. It's getting dark. So why there is 45 degrees here? In a square, this, what is it? The corner is always 90 degree, and if we divide it by 2, I mean if we bisect the square, the angle will also be cut in half, and it will be the half of 90 degree, and it will be 45 degrees, right? So we got the angle and we got the hypotenuse here. So to find the sides of the square, okay, to find the sides of the square, because this is 45, okay, let me write it here. We could use either sine or cosine. It will just be the same, because to take note of it, sine 45 degrees and cosine of 45 degrees, it's the same, which is 1 per the root of 2, and the same goes for the cosine, right? So and the equation will also be the same. It will be x per 8 for the sine and x per 8 also for the cosine. And then we could substitute those into the proportion, which is x per 8 equals to 1 per the square of 2. We cross multiply this. It will be x times the square of 2 equals to 8, and cross multiply again. It will be we simplify this by dividing both sides by the square of 2, and it will be the x will be 8 per the square of 2. Right, we got the side, and then to find the area, we will we will find the area by make this x into the power of 2. So 8 per the square of 8 per the root of 2 is equal to 64 per 2, and it will be 32. So the area of the square is 32 inch, and that's for the last problem, I think. Oh yes, it's the last problem. Right, that's it for this meeting. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like or dislike so I'll know how you feel about this video. Don't forget to share if you find this video informative, and don't forget to subscribe because I will make something more like this. So maybe that's it. Thank you. See you at the next lesson. Goodbye.